Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about, as you can see on the screen, there's going to be a new Dissidia Final Fantasy game. I woke up to this news thinking that it was going to be great. Square Enix is finally listening. We're probably going to get Dissidia Duodecim from the PSP remastered or and made and fixing any problems it had. But no. Shortly after I woke up, I learned it's an iOS Android game, and as you can see on the screen, they're gonna give out more info in like 2 days. But I'm just disappointed, and I really wanted to talk about it, and I'm just gonna go into it right now. The reason why I'm so disappointed with Square Enix is before, like a couple years ago, I can't even say a long time ago, when Square Enix was doing the whole push to make a lot of games into 3D or HD, like people were like, "Oh, that's great. Let's bring Dissidia to modern consoles. Let's remaster it. Let's fix it up so that people can just have fun and enjoy the game that they loved on the PSP." But instead, a couple years later, we got Dissidia NT, which really, I'm personally going to say, at least me and my friends didn't ask for. I know there are other people who did enjoy that game. But my problem with it was they changed the formula from like a 1v1 to a 3v3. Then they tried to like balance it for esports. Then also the single player, if I remember correctly, was locked behind online, and that just wasn't interesting to me. And because of that game, and I'm guessing a lot of other Dissidia fans feeling the same way, that game didn't even chart the first month it came out, and it never did past that point. And they even tried to like make a free version to get people to play it, but it just didn't stick. Rightfully so, I think. I know there are some people who enjoy NT, and I'm not gonna try to take away from their enjoyment of NT, but it just wasn't what a lot of Dissidia fans wanted. And I don't want to speak for everyone. I'm just speaking off the top of my head and people I know. The thing is for anyone who's played any of the PSP games, we've gotten some of them, whether it's Dissidia or like other games like Kingdom Hearts. Like for example, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep has a release on console and PC with what was it, the 2.8 remix. And we had Final Fantasy Type 0 that got the same kind of treatment, though they took away the online co-op from that, which was reluctantly sad. And we were like, okay, as long as they just bring Dissidia and like bring it onto consoles, I would be happy. So before NT even happened, people were asking for it to be brought to consoles and like remastered and fixed up. After NT released, people were still asking for Dissidia Duodecim to be remastered and brought up. We didn't want NT, so we didn't buy it, we didn't support it. Then they went silent for a couple years, and then now we have this. iOS and Android. And I think my main concern with this is it screams like the Square Enix. It's two or three issues here. One, Square Enix only caring about the Japanese audience, because for those who don't know, there's a lot of things Square Enix does. Hey, a game will do great globally, but Square Enix will only cater to the Japanese side. And that's not to attack the Japanese fan base at all. You guys support a lot of great games and stuff that I do like. It's just, I think I'm more criticizing Square Enix and how they handle things, because Japanese gamers are more likely to play on their mobile phones in comparison to global gamers. A lot of us globally have a console or two, whether it be a Switch or an Xbox or a PlayStation, or like people like me, I have a PC. So But in the East, from China to South Korea to Japan, they are more mobile gamers. That's why gacha games kind of like take precedent over there. And that's also another concern I have about this game, that they're going to try to make it gachify it, which I don't think will help. And another one of the core issues, because I said there was like 2 or 3, is Square Enix doesn't necessarily have the best of reputations when it comes to handling games, especially mobile games. Now I'm gonna pull up, like, I had to go search up some of it, and this is from Automaton Media, and it was just posted on the 29th of August, so that's what, less than a month ago, less than, I think, 2 weeks ago, I believe. And Square Enix has 9 live service mobile games still active after shutting down, like Dragon Quest of Stars and Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And these 2 games here, I believe, were the only 2 games, to my knowledge, that were close to like 10-year runs. And yeah, both games released in Japan October 2015, and provide their players with 10 years worth of content. Notice how it's saying it for these 2 games. And then, where is it? In October, yeah. In October ends, that's when those two games will be shut down for good. Right, I think right after their anniversaries. But actually, you can even see here, up here, sorry, I kind of skipped. Dragon Quest Stars closed its global servers back in June 2021, so we haven't had this game globally, only Japanese players have had it. And then Brave Exvius ended its service last year, October 30th, 2024. So it's kind of just like, so we have a couple of these games, and a lot of these games are only really in Japan. There's Record Keeper, there's War of the Visions, I think, yeah. Oh, funny enough, someone even said it. It was released in War of the Visions was released in Japan in November 2019, and global version lasted 5 years. March 25th, 2020 to May 29th, 2025. And this is the problem, as I'm going to continue going down, this is the problem people have with Square Enix. So there's about 9 of these on this page, like the website says. Now, I'm going to here this, I understand this is Wikipedia. It's not the best source of information, but it's probably like the easiest source of information to find. If we take a look, and I'm just taking a look at how many mobile games. You remember how I just showed you there was a thing, how there's about 9? Some of these games are not even like live service games, they're like actual like release games. Like there's the original Final Fantasy game, Chaos Rings, I remember playing that. And then here's like Final Fantasy 5, but those were like PS1 games, so that it was easy for them to port and bring them over. But there's a lot of those games. Oh, there's Brave Exvius that shut down. And there's a lot of them. But then you're not seeing any end dates for this. But that's the thing with Square Enix games. They shutter most of those games, whether it's community loved and successful or community disliked and financially not successful. They shut them down regardless. You have maybe 2, maybe 3, and if you're lucky, 5, and if you're extremely lucky, 10 years of service with those games. Now, I went to the Android store, and this is what Square Enix has to offer. As you saw, that entire giant list, and this is all what's left. Now, if I'm going through these, a lot of these games, like these ones down here, these are just full games. These are just the full games from like PS1 era remastered to be brought here and stuff. And if I'm looking for like a live service, or at least the ones I know, I think Dragon Quest Builders. No, these games are full ones if I remember correctly. And then here's Ever Crisis. I don't even think First Soldier. Did they close First Soldier? Hold on. Final Fantasy VII First Soldier? Sorry, I just thought about the First Soldier game, which was another mistake, because First Soldier was a interesting game, but then they only brought it to mobile instead of bringing it to console, which was just a weird thing. Let me see. End date? Did they? Oh, in autumn of 2022. Jeez. I can't even with this. But yeah, as you can see, it's more and more stuff relating to like 10 years was like the extremely lucky. Hey guys, I just wanted to add this into the video at the last minute because it's something that I found after the fact. Is someone about 2 years ago, so it's fairly recent, someone compiled together a list of Square Enix's mobile live service games, and as you can see, they kind of have a, like, it's not a non-exhaustive, like this person says, it's not everything, but it's all the stuff that they have or associated with their IP. As you can see, there's about what, 5 of them here. Here's the ones who've EOS'd in global only, and then here's the ones who are EOSing, who EOS period. And as you can see, I believe I'll put this after the point in the video where I show off like all of Square Enix's mobile games. As you can see, they have tons of games, and they person even includes the dates, which is perfect. So I'm gonna actually go back up and start looking at some of these. Like, as you can see, some of them last like maybe 6 years or so. Some only last a year or 3. So it's like anywhere from like 1 year to, if you're lucky, 10 years. And it's more and more. Like, this game only lasted what, 1 year? This one's 2 years. Mobius Final Fantasy, which I loved, lasted 5. Dissidia, Opera Omnia. As you can see, it's just more and more, and then there's Missing Link, which is upcoming, but that was about 2 years ago. I just wanted to add this little bit of context in to like show you guys at least dates and times and like associated EOS. I tried to find a more up-to-date one, but there wasn't. But I hope you guys enjoy this added piece of context for the video. But let's get back to the video. And those concerns I have about this game potentially being gacha and then also not being what the players asked for time and time again, I think it's a case of Square Enix trying to milk people on nostalgia, like, hey, people love this game, or they love this franchise, and they're like, hey, let's milk them, and then we're gonna toss support in like a couple of years anyway. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, there's some, oh, this is just talking about the website, so I could actually close that one out. And it's really just talking about some of these character silhouettes here. This is Cloud, obviously. That looks like Prompto from Final Fantasy 15. This maybe looks like Lightning from 13. Maybe Tifa, but I'm just saddened and like disappointed. Now I'm gonna, before I even try to continue on with that, I wanted to go to the actual post, because I know there are some people who like it, but there's also some other people, like right here immediately you can see, bro, we asked for a new console Dissidia, and it's just like, and I'm just gonna go down, like you can see some of the memes. Oh, and then some people mentioned the other mobile game that they had, Opera Omnia. Like, personally, I wasn't a fan, because I was just like, hey, yeah, for example, like this person, give me the original and/or 012, which is Dissidia Duodecim for consoles and PC, I would say. And I would say make it crossplay, and you would instantly have a long-lasting game. And I'm gonna pause on that now that I'm thinking about it. And the reason why I'm mentioning crossplay and stuff is because I would love if they could take a page out of Capcom's book. For anyone who knows, for the past couple years, Capcom has been remastering their old games, adding some new things, changing it up, but it's still well received and loved with the Resident Evil games. Then they even had let me bring it up really quick. Because they had these collections for anyone who's a fan of it. And as you can see, we have the Zero ZX collection. There was also recently the Battle Network collection, and then even more recently they're releasing the Star Force collection. Let me just do Mega Man Zero collection. Oh, and funny enough, there's the Legacy collection. Can I just go to Nintendo's website? And I want to see if I could just... Let's do Capcom. Because, yeah, they even had the fighting game collections that they've been doing. Like, oh, Battle Network connection that they have. And, like, the Zero ZX. And, like, in these games, where is it? The Battle Network ones? They even they fixed up some of the online multiplayer and stuff so people can play it, and it's just super well received. Yeah, and then they recently coming in 2026. So a fellow colleague in the space, being Capcom, with how great Capcom has had success in the past few years. I'm gonna scoot this up a little bit. As you can see, it's on Switch, PS5, PS4, Series S and X, Xbox One, and Steam. Like, and I wish Square Enix would just, hey, maybe take a moment and look at your colleagues in the space, look at how successful they are, look at how people like what they're doing, and just apply that to what games you have. And it would be great for you guys. It would be great for you, great for the community. And honestly, I wouldn't even be making this video, but it's just for me, who grew up on Final Fantasy games, Grandia, Suikoden, like all these types of RPGs and stuff, and I love them. And then I love even some of the spin-offs from it, from Tactics to Dissidia. And at every turn, I get disappointed by Square Enix in some way or another. And I'm just gonna keep going through some of these posts, and then I'll do the quotes just so everyone can see, and like, so it shows that I'm not the only one. Like, hey, Dissidia and it's mobile. Like, we don't have a particularly good trust in Square Enix to do a good mobile game in the first place. But then even Dissidia, when people wanted it, I get more disappointed as I talk about it. And like, this person saying, hey, they're glad to see Dissidia existing in some capacity, but I'm just like, not really. Like, this isn't to attack this person. It's just, I would rather just Dissidia be done justice and done right. And I don't even know if I could say being done right. We just wanted a console/PC game remastered, bring it up, and it would have been easy. And then, yeah, this premiere seems to imply that the game might be the OG Dissidia type of game. And this type of comment from Makai-san, I can understand. Because if we go back to the page here, as you can see, the PS1, because phones nowadays are stronger than probably the PSP back then. And they have the full Final Fantasy games on here. So I can understand what Makai saying is saying. So maybe they'll do that. But then also they immediately say, if this ends up being the case, just give us a console port. And that's what really gets me, is just like, even if it is possibly Dissidia, why didn't you just give us a console port? Why is it a mobile game? And the memes just like, and then like, yeah, oh yeah, they killed another one of their mobile games so we can get another Dissidia for phones. And it's just like, bro. And I'm happy that, see, there's even some people saying it. I'm happy that I'm not the only one feeling this way about Dissidia. Oh yeah, perfect. Beloved sub game or spinoff. Seems like fans' cries for a proper game like the 2 PSP games on modern systems goes ignored. And I know they may do what they did in NT. They'll add like probably the Final Fantasy 14 characters, 15, and the 16 characters. But I feel like it would have been so much better if it was on consoles and stuff. Actually, now that this person mentioned it, are the characters getting isekai'd to Japan or the real world? Because that's interesting, because there is those backgrounds and stuff, but I'm not going to think too much into the backgrounds. But as you can see, I just kept going down and down. And I'm going to keep my eye on this, and after this teaser video releases, I'm going to watch it and give my thoughts on it. But now to move into like the quote tweets, like I said, there are some people who are interested, and I have no problem with them being interested. I'm just personally not interested. Oh, some people seem to... Oh yeah, so I was right. Cloud and Prompto. But... and Lightning. The infamous BlizzCon meme. And yeah, just more of Square Enix. Yeah, just remaster Duodecim like you did Type 0, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. And yeah, I wouldn't call them shitty. I just call them out of touch with the player base. But as you saw, that's just more of me dipping out. And there's some people who are... I think this guy actually works for Square Enix. Yes, he works for Square Enix, so I can't really take them on their word. But if we even go into like the YouTube, the premiere thing for it, like people saying, hey, just give us an offline mode. Oh, I even forgot to mention one. The Final Fantasy Mobius game, mobile game they had that they just didn't take care of, and they ended up canceling it. And it was an interesting Final Fantasy because it was kind of its own spin-off too, because it had a different main character from any of the things. But as you can see, more and more people, hey, just Duodecim with all the characters. It's a mobile game, pain. And there are tons of people who are just... And apparently the tags on the video include Dissidia Final Fantasy, Dissidia NT, Dissidia Arcade. And there's even... I think I pulled out this comment out of the blue that I wanted to show, because it's even, hey, yeah, it's for mobile. And then once again, the same concern I put, how long will it last? Now, I don't want to harp on too long, and I feel like I already did for this video. And I guess this is the part where I'm like, I'll give a solution to Square Enix. If they're listening somewhere out there in the void, please just give us a Dissidia. Give us Duodecim and the original Dissidia game. Match them together, kind of like how you do the Kingdom Hearts like 1.5 remix in the 2.5, and just mash them together like that and put them on consoles and PC. That's it. And then you can do whatever you want with the mobile games, but at least you'll have a player base that is happy and satisfied and willing to buy that version of the game, and then you can do whatever you want with your mobile games. Personally, I have no hope for any of your mobile games, because some of them starts off good, some of them are great, but then you kind of always want more. I don't like the mobile games being the only source of player satisfaction, like, and in this case it's not, because fans of the Dissidia have been asking and asking and asking for years for you to port the games, and you seemingly always want to do something else, never want to actually do it, and then when the game inadvertently fails or just dies off, you're just like, well, on to the next one. And I feel like Square Enix has only a couple of things that I'm currently like enjoying, which is Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. While I didn't enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm hopeful for Kingdom Hearts 4, but that's more of a Nomura's thing. And Final Fantasy 14, who inadvertently is going through their own trouble period. I wish there was more I could say. I know this video was kind of like haphazard. I was kind of all over the place with information provided to you guys. But please let me know what you guys think on this whole situation and everything that I've presented here. What do you think about Dissidia? Are you interested in a mobile game, or do you want like the PSP games to be properly ported and remastered for console and PC? But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.